Fibromyalgia is a chronic condition characterized by widespread pain, tenderness, and fatigue. If you suffer with fibromyalgia, it's likely that you've had limited intervention from your healthcare provider, simply because the condition is so poorly understood and symptoms vary so widely from individual to individual. There's currently no cure for fibromyalgia, but there are several treatments and therapies that can help to manage the symptoms, and that's what I want to discuss here with you today. The main thing is to develop your own treatment plan, discovering what works to reduce your symptoms and discovering what aggravates those symptoms. You can begin to build a strategy for living your best life within the limitations that fibromyalgia is placing upon you. Some of the things that you can begin to examine when you're building a plan for optimum living include looking at things like diet, sleep, exercise, medication, alternative therapies, the mind-body connection, and meditation. So let's start with looking at diet. Foods are rich in nutrients, and as Dr. Mark Hyman says, food is medicine. I'll put the link in the description below. The foods that we eat carry messages to the cells in our body about how to act, tells them what to do. The wider the range of nutrients available, the more options our cells have for health or for illness. The research of the impact of diet on fibromyalgia is very limited, but some of the things that you can try include eating brightly coloured foods. We used to say, eat the rainbow. For example, bright orange and yellow foods have those colours due to alpha and beta carotene, which in the body are converted to vitamin A. This essential vitamin helps to support immune function, eye health, strong joints and bones, and decreases the risk of various cancers and heart disease. Red fruits and vegetables such as tomatoes, strawberries and red beans are packed with vitamin C, vitamin A, potassium and antioxidants. Mushrooms, bananas, onions and other white fruits and vegetables are really good for the heart and help to control cholesterol levels. Green vegetables means lots of heart protective potassium and vitamin K, which aids the blood clotting process. Green fruits and veggies also help to maintain vision health and strong bones and teeth. Green leafy vegetables have the highest concentration of antioxidants and fibre. Blue and purple fruits and vegetables, including such favourites as cranberries, purple grapes, raisins and aubergine, boost urinary tract health and memory function, and also promote healthy ageing. So just try and eat more foods that have anti-inflammatory properties as well, such as fish and nuts, seeds, leafy greens, as these might help to reduce inflammation and pain. Drink plenty of water. It's good for maintaining overall health and can help to reduce pain and fatigue. But one of the most valuable things that you can do is to reduce your sugar intake. Sugar causes inflammation in the body, which might be aggravating your symptoms. Look at not only the sugary foods that you might eat, but try reducing the white flour that you eat, as this has turned into sugar in your body. Reduce the amount of starchy foods that you consume. For example, potatoes, rice, bread. These starches are turned into sugar in the body. Bread contains gluten, and many people are becoming aware of how this can cause microscopic tears in the intestinal tract, which can lead to toxic waste being released into the body in minute amounts. So just try changing one food at a time, leaving it out of your diet and recording whether your symptoms improve or worsen. Another thing you can try is intermittent fasting. Fasting has proven benefits for healing inflammation and for the body to repair itself through a process called autophagy. I'll put the link in the description below. Reducing your sugar intake means that you'll feel less hungry. If you skip breakfast, you'll be in a fast. So if your first meal is at 12 noon and you went to bed at 10 o'clock at night, you will have fasted already for 14 hours that day. Anything over 16 hours produces autophagy. Sleep patterns are often disrupted in fibromyalgia. The sleep mechanism is complex and can be affected by our exposure to daylight. Fibromyalgia makes our activities of daily living difficult, and that can mean that we spend much less time in daylight, which resets our internal body clock for sleep to a pattern that we don't want. It also means that less vitamin D is produced in the body. Vitamin D is key to absorbing nutrients from food and also in fighting inflammation. So spending at least 20 minutes per day outside when the day is the brightest will have a positive health benefit. And just try and expose as much of your skin as possible to the sunlight. This exposure is going to help reset the internal body clock, and this is known as the circadian rhythm. Make sure you've got blackout curtains or blinds to keep the sunlight out of your room while you're sleeping. There's a mechanism in the brain that activates when our eyelids are exposed to sunlight, and this mechanism ensures that we awaken when daylight is available. And just try and keep your room cool. Fibromyalgia can result in not moving around so much because of pain and stiffness, which requires the room temperature to be higher. But for sleep, we're likely to sleep more soundly in a cool environment. And this is because a lower core body temperature signals to the brain it's time to sleep. A cool room also increases the production of melatonin in the body. And melatonin is the body's natural sleep hormone, and it's a powerful antioxidant, and its production increases while sleeping in a cooler environment. This is going to help you to stay asleep for longer and with fewer waking episodes during the night. Set a firm time for bed and for waking. This routine is quickly adopted by your brain and will become an automatic habit within around 20 to 30 days. And then once you're in bed, try not to get up and don't use electronic devices or watch TV. And the reason for this is that the blue light emitted by your cell phone, your iPad, your TV restrains the production of melatonin, the hormone that's going to help you to sleep. And this makes it even more difficult to fall asleep and then again to wake up the next day. Try not to watch TV for a couple of hours before bed. Instead, establish your own routine of things that make you feel relaxed. Read a book or take a warm bath, listening to music perhaps. And also try to avoid caffeine and alcohol for 6 hours prior to bedtime. Caffeine's ability as a stimulant lasts for only around 4 to 6 hours, as does alcohol. And also eat your evening meal 2 to 4 hours before sleep. Another thing that you can do is to make sure that your mattress and pillows are really comfortable so that going to bed feels welcoming. You can use sleep stories or hypnosis to drift off to a gentle and restful sleep. Okay, so let's talk about exercise. So when we think about exercise, it seems sometimes an impossibility with the reality of fibromyalgia. Aching joints, muscles and fatigue don't motivate someone to pick up weights or go jogging. However, There is evidence that exercise can positively impact symptoms in fibromyalgia. The key is to start slow, taking small steps. You don't have to go to the gym to do effective exercise. For example, just raising your arms above your head 5 or 10 times in a day may be the most that you can manage right now. And that's okay. Because every little thing that you do like this will help to build muscle mass and change the messages that the body and brain share. Increasing muscle mass can help to reduce pain and inflammation. And if on a particular day it feels like it's too much, skip it. Alternatively, if you reach your goal, 10 arm raises, and it feels good, just do 2 more. And then tomorrow see if you can do 12. The key is making a realistic exercise program that is what you can do at the moment and being consistent about doing it. Small steps. Make sure that you schedule rest days as well. Give yourself permission to rest and be rather than doing. Stretching and flexibility exercises can help immensely to improve the range of motion and reduce muscle stiffness. Just don't push past where it feels comfortable though. Practicing yoga or Tai Chi can help to improve balance and flexibility, as well as reduce stress and anxiety. Regular exercise such as swimming or walking can help to improve strength and flexibility and reduce pain and fatigue. Perhaps try massage, acupuncture, or chiropractic interventions to relieve symptoms of pain or muscle stiffness. Don't think of these things as luxuries, but as a necessity to bring you back to optimum functioning. So let's talk medication. Your healthcare provider might prescribe non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as ibuprofen or other painkillers. Take these as directed, but be mindful about the usage. It's useful to know that in pain management, it's a cumulative effect that's key. When we don't like to take medication, we miss a dose or 2, but then the pain comes back and it's not controlled. It's important to create a pain-free foundation by regularly taking medications to reduce inflammation and to numb the pain. Your doctor might prescribe antidepressants for pain management, such as low doses of amitriptyline, which may seem strange, but antidepressants increase the production of serotonin in the body. And serotonin changes the way that pain is signaled to the brain and works neuropathically, reducing those signals, thereby offering pain relief. Serotonin is also essential for the production of melatonin, so that will aid your sleep as well. The mind-body connection is much more significant than previously thought. The thoughts that we have can trigger a stress-anxiety response that in turn affect the behavior of the cells in the body. For example, producing cortisone, and vice versa. What happens in the body can affect our thoughts and our emotions. A big part of managing your life with fibromyalgia is taking care of your psychology and managing your thoughts. There are several ways of doing this. For example, you might work with a counsellor or a psychologist to become more aware of your thought patterns and how to move to more positive thoughts. Cognitive therapy can also work to increase your awareness of the thoughts you're having and to manage these differently by recording them and rating them, therefore becoming more mindful about what's going on in your neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP. Can work quickly in changing the pictures that you have in your mind associated with the thoughts that are going on there. But whichever way you choose, just try to become more aware of the thoughts that you're having. Perhaps keep a journal. Focus on your plan and your goals and what you want to achieve for the day or the week or the year. If your symptoms worsen, try journaling and discover some of the things that you've been thinking about. It might surprise you. Try not to allow yourself to dwell on negative thoughts, stressful events. We all have them. Acknowledge the thought, journal it even, and then put a reminder in your mind of the goal for today. It's believed that by learning to focus the mind and quieten the body, meditation can help reduce muscle tension and improve the body's ability to cope with pain. Meditation, along with other forms of mind-body therapies such as yoga and Tai Chi, may help to reduce symptoms of fibromyalgia by promoting relaxation and reducing stress and anxiety. Some studies have shown that people with fibromyalgia who practice meditation have less pain, less fatigue, and better sleep. Meditation can also help to improve our mood, reduce stress and anxiety, and enhance our overall well-being. And if you haven't meditated before, it's not complicated, not as complicated as you might be led to believe. It's simply learning to concentrate. Because when we concentrate, it's possible to deflect thoughts and chatter from the internal voice that can have a negative impact on our body's functioning. So, to start meditation, begin by setting an alarm for 2 minutes and just focus on an object or a word and nothing else. People often think that meditation involves emptying your mind or thinking of nothing, which really isn't possible. Instead, you'll find as you focus that thoughts come into your mind. Simply acknowledge the thought and let it drift and fall away. The key is not to follow the thought down a rabbit hole of other thoughts. And as you successfully meet your ability to do this for 2 minutes, just increase the time slowly and make sure you're breathing deeply whilst you're meditating, and be aware of what's happening in your body. Maybe you're holding your shoulders really tight. If you're determined and accepting that it may take some time to find what works for you, there's no doubt that you'll become expert at managing your own symptoms. It's all about finding a strategy that works for you, testing different things, and keeping what relieves your symptoms. I really hope that this video helps you. Please do leave a comment down below and let me know how you've got on. I'm going to be making more videos about fibromyalgia and chronic pain, so please subscribe to the channel and get to know when there's something new that might be